Welcome to English and Grow. Today's topic is disasters. So let's see. Do you remember these words? Do you know them all? Do you know what a debris is, or debris, as the Americans say? Do you know what alienation means? What about saw, suit, and a truncheon? Let's learn it. All right, so I believe that the most devastating disaster of them all might be a war. So, wars are connected with invasions. That means that an army invades a territory which is not their own, and they want to expand their own territory. Now, what happens is obviously, unsurprisingly, the local people usually take the weapons and they try to defend their territory. As a result, you can see many executions. That means that people are killed not just in the battlefield, but also, for example, just at a war by a fire squad. You can also experience abductions during a war, and that means that people are kidnapped, for example, to take them to concentration camps or labor camps where they have to work for the new empire. Also, what's part and parcel of an invasion might be a torture. So, to get information, people might be tortured so that they tell information which is priceless to the enemy. Let's move on to the next slide. So here we have skulls, and that's connected with genocide. Genocide means that a large number of people of a certain ethnic or religious group, they are wiped out. That means atrocities happen, and atrocities, that means that the most violent acts are carried out upon people. For example, concentration camps. Everyone knows what that means. Now, when you experience war, usually that is not a period where people have enough food. So that means famine sets in. There is a lot of poverty. People don't have much or anything to eat. And many of them have to live in the position of a slave, basically. That means that for a little food, they have to be in labor camps. They have to experience forced labor, like for Nazi Germany, just for little food and no money, obviously. And the freedom is lost on top of that, obviously, too. All right, what about this? So it's not only about wars all the time. Sometimes the citizens are not happy with their government and civil unrest sets in. So that's connected with riots, what you can see. This is what you can see in the picture. So the police are equipped with truncheons. These are the short, thick sticks that they use as weapons, and people are protesting, and the police, for some strange reason, although they are paid from the taxes of the citizens, they are against them usually. Now, this is about looting, and this maybe doesn't look like a shop. Looting means that people break into houses and shops because the citizens are so desperate. They don't have anything to eat, they don't have clean water, so they start looting, and that means they start breaking into shops to get the products that are left there. Now, this is about human made disasters, but also we can have natural disasters. For example, a mudslide. So that means there is a river of mud that's running down roads. So as a result of that, the roads are blocked. And when it's all over, you need excavators to clear the area up. Now, this is a flood, and that means, for example, it has been raining constantly and heavily for a long time, and as a result of that, the river overflows its banks. But it could also be the result of a big thaw, and that means there is too much snow melting in the mountains. Now, everyone knows what a tsunami is. That's an international word, basically. And we can also talk about the aftermath. So that's the renovation period. Now, pandemic. So hopefully, the pandemic for some time being is over, and I'm sure everyone knows what a hazmat suit is. So that's what these two people are wearing to protect themselves perfectly. Now, during disasters, what can happen is a food shortage. That means the commercial chains are broken. The supply is not enough, and you can see empty shelves in the supermarkets. And obviously, that's connected with starvation. Also, what you can experience is a power cut or a blackout. That means there is no electricity, and that doesn't only mean that you need candles or flashlights handy, but it also means that your fridge is not working, the lift, and many other things that we are used to. Now, this picture of fire might be connected with raids. So that means that some group attacks another group, for example, and they can use Molotov cocktails, which is a glass bottle containing some flammable substance, such as petrol, alcohol, or even napalm. And when the fire is over, what you can see is a lot of soot on the walls and debris, and this means the scattered ruins of houses. So this is what you can see in this picture after an earthquake. So the damage done is irreversible. That means you cannot take back time. And I believe one of the worst and the most devastating disasters is actually a divorce, because the damage done to the next generation is invisible, all the more powerful. The result of a divorce is alienation, which is what I talked about at the beginning of this video. The people feel betrayed. They have experienced betrayal. That means they do not trust uh, the loved ones anymore. And how do they cope with it? For example, with addiction and many other destructive types of behaviors that they might start. um, this is one of the strategies how you can deal with a difficult situation like a divorce is. Now, I come from a broken home, so I know what I'm talking about, but you can always look at the bright side. What doesn't kill you, that makes you stronger. So, what about this? Do you remember what a soot is? The dirt in the chimney that can catch fire. Do you know debris, the scattered remains of a destructed house? What about a truncheon? Do you remember the short stick carried by police officers? Do you remember Saw and alienation? So if you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, support me on my Patreon, English and Grow. I see you next time.